part of the challenge is we fix them too early. And so we've never thought to set up like the client journey the way that we're taught here. So that's a change that I will be implementing this week, setting up the expectation to get the best results and these feelings and blah, blah, blah. We're committing to this full care plan. So will be new for us. We're having way too long. We have like 3 visits that are like 90 minutes each when they should really be 6 visits that are an hour each.
I would love to talk about that with you today, actually. And I just want to pre-frame this, guys. It's not about fixing them and now I'm trying to drag care out because I need more money. Like that's not what we're about. We're not just about having arbitrary extra visits so we can make money. It's about understanding what we're really trying to do. Like what business are we really in? And so, for example, you are in the business of quality of life and quality connections with children, with their child, feeling like a good parent, feeling like all of that stuff, not getting babies to latch. That's not the business that you're in. And so when we understand the business that we're really in, we understand that we're dealing with people and with all of their habits or lack of, beliefs, lack of, and there's a lot we can do for our people that isn't just the thing we do. So as a chiropractor, I'm not in the business of fixing back pain because drugs do it better, faster, and cheaper, right? In terms of fixing pain. I'm in the business of correcting dysfunction and more so in the business of improving quality of life for my clients. So what can I do with my clients to improve their quality of life? Well, I know that if I work with clients longer, I can impart more knowledge on them. I can condition them better to make better decisions and guide them and coach them and manage them, even within just my realm. But then if I wanted to add things on or learn new stuff or bring new people in, I'm now a partner in their health. So our practice, we are partnering with this person for their lifelong quality of life, essentially. So think about your clients that way. And the pre-frame's now different about care. They're not looking for, well, I got a latch after session 1, so I'm good. It's like, no, you're not good because baby latched now. What happens when it's not day 2 and you're still going off of the previous sleep that you have accumulated and now you're not sleeping and baby's in cluster feeding and this is happening and now they're teething and it's like you're thinking about your client's journey in their situation. So again, pre-frame guys, the client journey planner is like not just what I'm going to do with my people, but the journey that they're in that I know they're going to go through. And therefore I'm going to align what I'm recommending and communicating in their journey. Because if you do that, these people will love having sessions. They'll keep coming back because they're learning from you more than just the thing to do.
Yeah.
Make sense? If we're doing 90-minute sessions, let's say, that could be the same as 2 45-minute sessions in like theoretically, not necessarily practically. Okay. And so what a lot of people do is they're like, oh, I spend 2 hours with people. And I'm like, why don't you just do 2 one-hour sessions? I'd rather have 2 points of contact than 1 long point of contact. That's the first way to think about it. The second thing is in an ideal situation where this person had all the time, money, etc. in the world, and they were my sister and I loved them and they were having problems. What would I do with them? Would I just give her a call or go and see her once a week? Or would I be communicating with her regularly? Would I want to do a session with her a couple times a week? Like, what would I be doing if I remove my like medical or whatever hat and I'm just like, I've got a person that I want to help here. What would I do? And then I go from, because that might be like, I would see my sister every goddamn day and I would see how she's doing and I would be doing this, send me some pictures, send me a video, and there'd be a lot of back and forth, right? All the extra stuff that you might like to do, but isn't practical with clients. You start there and then you go, okay, if that's where I would love to be, and I'm actually over here, where is the middle point that I can make it work, where I can deliver more to my clients in terms of connection and support and not just outcomes, but that kind of thing. What would that look like? And is that feasible? And then we kind of go from there. Because again, we're not here to say, no, you must do twice a week. What we're saying is that in our experience doing things ourselves with our clientele, but also training all of you guys, we've found that when you connect with people more frequently over a longer period of time, when you're thinking from the frame of corrective care, quality of life, like that kind of relationship, partnership in their health, you get them better outcomes. They're happier, they're more stable, they can make better choices. And that's all that makes a really good business, because the side effect of that is more referrals, paid more, happier clients. Like who doesn't want that, you know? So then we just find what works for you in your philosophies, your methodologies, and the practicality of it.
That makes perfect sense. The question about your sister is wonderful. And then having that happy medium, because, I can't spend that much attention and emotional bandwidth on every person like they were my sister, but I also can condense my visits. You're right. So 90 or 2 hours, some of the people were spending 2 hours with the patient. That's just not okay. So 90 minutes still with your charting, even though I shortened it for my initial, but then 60 minutes to everything else, it's still like a 30% reduction in time, but also the poor person can't retain 90 minutes of talking or anything like that. So we're really doing I'm trying to get to 50 minutes with 10 minutes of fluffing and let me help you get your baby in the car seat and out of the office. But that in itself is, like I said, it will be a big plus for the way we do things. So I appreciate you clarifying that. That is much more helpful, because twice a week was just a lot for any one person with a brand new baby to get out of the house.
Yeah. Look, here's the thing, from my perspective with this, and me being a young parent and having babies and also working with mums and stuff like that too. It's like the first thing is normal people can't retain information on a 90-minute appointment. Like no one should be doing 90-minute appointments, let alone a breastfeeding mom who's also not sleeping and is stressed about life because she's trying to figure this thing out that she thought she would just know. And she's like, oh my God, right? Like there's that part of it. So shorter is always better, it's punchier. Number two, if you make it something that they want to do, because they go there, they can sit on the couch, there's tea and some biscuits, and it's like this whole experience, they've got an excuse to get out of the house and go and have some fun and make it an experience. Because the business that we're in, guys, is creating experiences. We're in experience, coaching, and accountability. We're not actually in like I said to you, I get babies to latch. It's like, no, you're in the experience business. So how can you create an experience with your clients that'll make them want to be there? And then in terms of feasibility with getting them back in the car, when you get to a certain scale, a certain level, this is where you have well-trained front desk people whose job it is to get tea, get the biscuits, get them in and out of the car. And so the clinician has the touch time, and then the experience is created by the team. And so you can have 45-minute appointments, touch time, 15-minute note taking afterwards. And you can just go back to back, and it's not stressful for the clinician because it's being co-managed with other people. So that would be maybe more of an ideal thing, but that's how I'd be thinking about it, because it's just going to work better for clients. I appreciate that you are thinking, even considering some of the stuff we're saying, because so often we can get in this is how it should be done or how it is done because everyone does it like this. And the reason that we all do it the same in our professions, like all acupuncturists practice like this and blah, 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 is because we only ever look at everyone else, and if everyone else is doing it, it's an echo chamber. And so the way you break that is to think from a different perspective about your business, and don't think I'm a X, Y, and Z. It's like, no, I offer services to produce outcomes for my clients. I just happen to be qualified. Like I would say that all the time. It's like, I have a degree in chiropractic by trade, but this is what we do, because people need that frame of reference. They're like, oh, you're a chiropractor. I'm like, yeah, but that's not what I do. And now they're saying, oh, what do you do? Because I'm getting kind of deep here, guys, but the most important thing in marketing and sales is for people to not think they know what you are. Because the moment they think they know what this is, they use that frame of reference to judge you. I know what you are. Like how many of you thought we're a marketing agency or a coaching business or whatever, and you have a preset idea about what this is? That's detrimental to our ability to help you to make the right decision, which would be to work with us, because you're pre-framing it through the lens of it's like this. And we all have those lenses, and our job is to break that when we talk to a client or market, so that they don't presume, and it then allows them to actually focus and listen, and we can tell them the truth. So that happens every single day with every single thing you do with your clients, but just remember that. Try not let them think, I know what this is. If you're creating this experience where you're helping mothers to bond and nourish their children better, without the need for as much, extra things or support or whatever. Like maybe they're okay with bottle feeding, but deep down somewhere they would love to know that they could just nourish their child. You might not speak to it because it's a sensitive topic, but you're facilitating it to empower them to make the decision themselves, and they feel like that kind of thing. And that's part of that experience. They'll love you forever because you're different to the clinical lactate,
And that's why my cancellation rate is really low, but not everyone else in the practice is the same way.
Yeah. So We have workshops on this for sales and that kind of thing, because this is a sales based thing. And this is where, once you master this for yourself, we're going to help you workshop this with your team, not to say you're going to do this, but to help them, like, help incept the idea that they say, man, I need to be doing this flipping client journey thing. This seems awesome. I understand and feel why this makes sense. That's how you get your team members on board, when they see it just work better for the client and for them.